Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the expansion, Boston Blazers. And I switched to dark mode. I kind of like the way dark mode looks. I like the green and black. So we switched to the dark mode background. If you don't like it, let me know. I can go back, but I kind of dig it. So we finished the season. We finished 79 and 83. It was good season for us. Considering where we were last year, and we were 26 and 32 over the last 2+ months, but we had 3 straight winning months in May, June, and July. So we're going to be in the middle of the pack in terms of a draft pick next year, which isn't great, but it's a rebuild, and we are pretty far along after 2 seasons. So we'll take a quick look at the stats, and then we'll jump right into the offseason. So we'll start with the pitching staff. Good year by Sean Newcomb. Started the year in the bullpen, ended up as a starter, 12-7 with a 3.39 ERA, good for 2.5 WAR. Matt Crook out of the bullpen, very, very good for us, 2.21 ERA, 1.75 FIP, 12 Ks per 9. Didn't give up a single home run in 57 innings. Shohei Ohtani, good for 1.7 WAR. His FIP was about a run lower than his ERA, so he pitched, I think, a little better than what his ERA indicates. His ERA plus at an 80, shows that he was below average, and I think that's fair. But it wasn't terrible. 1.3 home runs. I'd say he walked too many, but struck out almost 200 batters. And he's still just 28. And we have him locked up here for a couple years, so hopefully we'll see better things out of him next year. Rodon in his 1 season with us, 4-10, and you can kind of just see from there. I'm not going to go down the entire list. Ian Hamilton was quite good with us after we made him our closer, 2.56 ERA and 11 saves. Hernandez cut back on his strikeouts a little bit, which is nice to see. Anthony Kay was okay with us, a 4.5 ERA. Some of the younger players we picked up, Riley Gilliam was all right after coming up. Patrick Sandoval's first year with us wasn't great. We may try him as a starter next year. I don't know. We may try him as a starter next year. We'll see. Brett Kennedy was a bit of a disappointment, especially after the year he had in 2021. ERA was up by almost 2 runs, and he just wasn't very good. His BABIP was up a little bit, but he was just not very good when it was all said and done. So we will see how that goes from a pitching staff perspective, from a lineup perspective. Some really nice performances. Trevor Larnock slowed down the last month and a half of the season, but still hit 30 home runs, drove in 100 runs, 54 doubles on the year, batted 300, put up over a 900 OPS, and was good for 4 wins. So I don't know if he's going to be part of the long-term solution for us. I don't know if he's going to be around, and given that he's 25, so you figure within the next couple of years when we're competing, maybe. We'll see. Ryan Jeffers had a really nice first full season for us. Really struggled last year after coming over from Minnesota, but this year put up over an 800 OPS as our catcher, 22 home runs. Marcus Semien, a very, very solid first year for us, was very good defensively. Very good defensively at second base for us, and bat was slightly below average. Ohtani came on strong, hit 270, 380, 460, and 840 OPS, stole 20 bases. So offensively, Ohtani was fine. He was not great on the mound, but offensively, Ohtani was fine. Merrifield was okay after coming over. 261, 312, 403. His contract is due to pay him $6.5 next year. We may take the team option. I don't really know. We'll have to kind of look and see what options are available in free agents. Although I'm gonna have to make the decision before that, so we'll see. Chris Bryant had an okay year with the glove. Actually, he didn't. He wasn't very good with the glove, and he wasn't very good with the bat. But he's not signed long term. 6.5 next year, and then 7 the year after that, so it's not going to hamstring us too much. Kai Tom, after picking him up from Oakland, was pretty good. Showed a little bit of power, 763 OPS. Pretty good right fielder defensively. Hernandez came in and did a nice job for us towards the end of the season. We can't re-sign him. He wants a bunch of money, but yeah, $5.5 million. That ain't going to happen. Paredes had a down season. Looks like his numbers, his ratings are starting to fall off a tad. Urena was okay after coming over mid-season. Mullins had another down season, so it might be time to start thinking about a new center fielder. Yeah, and prospects. We only have a couple major ones. Colton Cowser up to Double-A, where he had 266, 349, 474. He'll start next season in Double-A. We'll probably call him up to Triple-A at some point, but he will start in Double-A. Gavin Nallu came out of nowhere, 28th round pick last season. His ratings look pretty good. And who is our top pick this year was Tamar Johnson. And he got off to a good start. Good start in rookie ball. The ratings still aren't there, so we're going to leave him in rookie ball to start next season. And we'll just sort of see how it goes from that point. So let's go ahead and sim through the rest of the playoffs. And look at that. The Padres won 112 games and finished in second place. That is brutal. We had some players retire. That's fine. Jake Arrieta retires. All right, we're back, and we did okay. We ended up with a 545 score. Let's take a look at the playoffs. Not what I wanted to do. Let's take a look at the playoffs. Actually, let's look at the standings. So, yeah, the Padres won 112 games and had the wild card. And they lost in the wild card game to the Braves. They lost to a team that was 24 games worse than them in the standings because of the way baseball works. So, yeah, poor Padres. The Angels, Los Angeles Angels, win the World Series. They sweep the Dodgers. Let's take a look at the world champion Los Angeles Angels. Looks like a pretty similar team. They added Javi Baez. They added Wilson Contreras, Trevor Bauer, Brad Keller. Wow, this was somebody. He's pretty good. Gerhard Bottenball. So, yeah, Mike Trout, 38 home runs, 91 RBIs. Cool. So the Angels, 91-71, win the World Series. Now for us, fan loyalty increases, new budget, team payroll of about $85 million. That gives us 25. I think we are going to go ahead and void the contract option for Whit Merrifield, so that gives us another $6-ish million. He wants us to sign Matt Strahm. I want to re-sign Matt Strahm, so I think that'll work out for both of us. Top prospect list. We have the number 2 prospect in the game in Angelo Cantero. Our prospect system is where? 13th. We only have Cantero. Well, this says he's 4th, so anyway, I don't know. Let's get to arbitration. So they want me to re-sign Matt Strahm. I would love to re-sign Matt Strahm. Not for $16 million a year, though. So we will go ahead and let him walk. We will, however, bring back most of these guys. Let's offer all these guys arbitration. Newcomb is a bargain at just under $1 million, or just over $1 million. An absolute bargain. 3 wins for $1 million. Yes, please. Patrick Sandoval. Brady Singer. Hopefully he can come back healthy next year. He's not interested in discussing with us. That's fine. What about Hernandez? Bring back Darwinson. Bring back Alvarado, who was... and he wasn't very good. No, he's still got some development room, so I think he's not interested in it. Okay, so is it time to trade Brewstar now that he wants $4 million? Let's see. See what sorts of offers we have available. And I may try to do something offline if I can't find a deal here that I'm happy with. Yeah, not a lot. Ooh. Carlos Cortez, really? Yeah, I mean, that looks good to me. 25-year-old second baseman. Make the deal before they withdraw the offer. I will. I just want to see if maybe I can convince them to give me somebody else if they really want Gratterall that badly. I'm looking at Syracuse. I'm not looking at their prospects. Adrian, he's the number 3 prospect in baseball. Matt Allen's number 13. Robert Dominguez, number 45. Cooper Kinney, Khalil Lee. Did you give me Khalil Lee? All right, I'm not going to think too hard about this. I'm going to see if maybe I can get them to add in one more player like Mark Vientos. But they don't want to give him up. All right, so that's fine. That's fine. Carlos Cortez for Brusdar Gratterall. I am good with that. Fans don't like it, but I mean, we pick up our starting second baseman, or maybe not our starting second. Maybe our starting second baseman, and Simeon can become the shortstop. Anyway, we get a 25-year-old who is a pretty solid player. Great contact, good home run power. We'll find a home for him in the lineup, I'm sure. So we got I'm not bringing Nieto back. I can't remember how you pronounce it. I'm sorry, but I can't remember. Nico Goodrum, we're going to withdraw the offer there. And we're going to bring back Sed Mullins, but I am going to try to find an upgrade. Gonna try to find an upgrade in the offseason. Cool. So I am now going to sim ahead to free agency, and we'll see what's available. So I'll be right back. All right. It's the offseason, or it's free agency, I guess. We won one award, and it was a platinum stick by our pitcher. Sean Newcomb, 275 with a home run. -2 WAR was a silver slugger in the National League, and that was the only award that we got. Did we have anybody in? Matt Strahm finished 6th in the reliever of the year. Yeah. Xander Bogaerts filed for free agency. Wow. International free agents, this is where we could make some hay if there's a decent player here. And one of the benefits of being bad is that you can really go after anybody, and it will make your team better. Yeah, there's not. That's a bummer. So there's some good free agents. I don't know that we're in a position to start throwing around comp picks. So, I mean, from an offensive perspective, Cortez is not very good at second base, so maybe Carlos Cortez becomes our first baseman. Oops. What's going on here? Maybe we make him our first baseman. The issue, yeah, I guess we can do that. I was going to say, defensively, we're not great at shortstop, and we're not. I mean, we've got Richard Urena playing first, who isn't great, but maybe we do something like that, and I think we need an upgrade there. Those are the two places that I think if we can find an upgrade, we would take it. Center field and shortstop. Those are the two lineup. And then offensively, then pitching staff wise, we need arms, man. We need more pitchers. We need starters. We need innings eaters. We've got some decent bullpen pieces. If we can find some cheap ones, maybe we can add them. But we need starting pitchers, a shortstop, a center fielder, and then bullpen arms. And Xander would fit right in, but, not at $36 million or whatever it was he was asking for. Yeah, $36 million and a comp pick. I'm good. Carlos Correa, he had a down season. Adam Frazier, wow, he declined really quickly. All right. So we have $42 million to spend. Manuel Margot, I mean, he's great defensively. Offensively, he's not really any better than... Oh, he went back to San Diego. Not really any better than Mullins, but good defensively. We could always bring in Joey Gallo and stick him in the outfield. Not a lot of great options here, truth be told. Not a lot of great options. Which is fine. I mean, I'm not, again, this isn't the year that I'm expecting to compete. So if we have to go to kind of battle with what we have, I'm fine with that. Brandon Crawford at shortstop for $3 million. I mean, that doesn't seem like a terrible deal. Yeah, let's offer Brandon Crawford. Will he take 1 year at $2 million? 2.5. Okay, 1 year, $2.5 million for Brandon Crawford. That works for me. Marwin Gonzalez. Got a ton of flexibility, like Kike. Bat's not really there. He's good, pretty good defensively, but the bat's not really there. And it's an option. It's somebody I'll keep an eye on. There's our boy. I think we're gonna offer him and remove the offer to Crawford. Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Will he take 2 years? Will he take 3? I'll give him 3 years at like 3.25. Will he take that? He only wants one. Well, what about 2 years? What about 2 years at 3.5? Not 35, 3.5. Okay. I'm great. You guys know, from those of you who have watched the Rockies play through, how much I love Isaiah Kiner Falefa. So we're gonna come in here now and we're gonna remove the offer to Brandon Crawford. Nice. Cool. Let's see if we can lock him down. Let's take a look at pitchers. Again, if we can find some cheap arms that can fit in here that are not injury prone, like Ryan Presley only wants $4 million with a normal compensation. He's popular. He would immediately be our best, our best pitcher. We do something like this. Let's remove that. Let's make it a 2-year deal. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he'll probably decline, but if he signs, he's immediately our best closer. Aaron Nola, but they want a comp pick for him. Jordan Guerrero. No. I mean, I don't want to sign somebody just because they're young, right? I mean, they have to at least be somewhat decent. Yusei Kikuchi at $1 million seems like a fantastic deal. Yep, Yusei Kikuchi at $1 million. Absolutely. Use him as a swingman. Eduardo Rodriguez isn't bad, but he wants way too much money. Hansel Rodriguez. And he's not bad, but I don't want to pay him $4 million or 3.8, even though he's young. Bring in Matt Barnes. What's this? His control's down to a 31. Yeah, and his stuff is dropping too. If his stuff was a 90, I would consider it, but not at a 74. Matthew Boyd. Extreme fly ball. And what does he want? $3 million? Maybe. Maybe. We'll hold off for now, but maybe. Andrew Chafin is another. His numbers have dropped as well. DeSclafani. He wants 3.4. He put up 1.6 WAR last year. Good control. His movement's really bad. Zach Eflin. You know what? Let's look at. I think our front office is fine, right? I just want to make sure that our scout's good, and it's been a while. Yeah, our scout's really good. All right. So, all right. So I'm going to pause here, or at least pause for you guys. I'm going to sim ahead to the Rule 5. If we make any signings or make any trades, we'll go over them at that point. But I feel like we can fill in our roster with some pretty good players without spending a ton of money. And bringing in some popular players, which will increase fan interest, which will increase people coming in, which will give us more money. So I will be back at the Rule 5. Okay, it is Rule 5 time. We have signed a couple of players, and we did make a trade. And the trade was actually offered to us, believe it or not. You see, we got a trade proposal from the Seattle Mariners. They wanted to send us Jake Fraley, and we would send back 32-year-old Aldamides Diaz. Alamides Diaz. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. At any rate, we traded them. We pick up a 27-year-old outfielder. Can play center field, sort of. I mean, he's more of a left fielder, but frankly, he might be a better option in center field for us right now. So, so we pick up our center fielder going that route. From a signings perspective, we haven't signed everybody that we wanted yet. We have signed a few players. We still have, let's see. We signed Ryan Presley to the 2-year, $6.35 million deal. He's our new closer. So that's nice. And we signed Sonny Gray to a 1-year, $2.5 million contract. He's coming off back-to-back bad seasons in Cincinnati, but good stuff, good movement, 5 good pitches. His control's a little off, but he's an extreme ground ball pitcher. So if our defense is able to play up to snuff this year, we might get some value out of that. If not, no big deal. And you can see we still have a bunch of offers out. Kikuchi wanted a no-trade clause. Somebody else offered him like a 6-year contract as well. So we're out of the Kikuchi sweepstakes. Kind of Falefa favors our offer. We offered Frankie Montas a 1-year, $1 million deal. Montas, 10-13 last year with the A's. Put up almost 3 WAR in 2021 and was a 3-WAR pitcher in 2019. So hopefully last year was a fluke, but if we can get him at $1 million, I would take that in a heartbeat. We offered Lo Cain a 1-year, $3 million contract as well. So he may end up being our center fielder with Fraley in one of the corner outfield spots. We'll see if he accepts. I mean, Cain still gets it done. I mean, 2.3 WAR last year, 3.5 WAR the year before that. And then Carlos Espinal is just a minor leaguer, but a potential to have decent stuff, decent movement, decent control, 3 good pitches, and he's an extreme ground ball pitcher. So we made an offer to him. So that's kind of what we're still waiting on. We did put a bunch of money into scouting and development. So we have both up to $24 million now. We bumped our ticket prices to $21, up from $19.26. Our revenue per game is up almost 20%. You can see our money for extension is up to $40 million. And it's time for the Rule 5. Is there anybody we need to put on our 40? I don't believe so. I don't think we're at that point yet. No. I mean, we may lose Joe Panic. I'm not all that concerned about that. But all right, let's get to the Rule 5. So we're going to be picking 14th, which means at best we're going to be picking 14th in the upcoming draft. All right, so let's just auto pick until our pick. And let's see what's available for pitchers first. Jaciel De La Cruz. He's out for 7 to 8 months. He might not be a bad option. I don't normally pick pitchers in the Rule 5, but I can make an exception here. Since he's going to be out most of the year, we can just leave him on the DL. Taj Bradley? Yeah, no. I mean, we could just leave him on the 60. We could put him on the 60-day DL as soon as the season starts. So let's see if there are any batters that we want more, and then kind of go from there. Cesar is Tourist Jr. Not really so far. Shervan Newton? No. His contact was a little higher. I'd probably take a flyer on him. Kyle Stevenson is too old. Vientos? Yeah, we're going to take Vientos. He was somebody I was interested in getting in that trade. We're going to take Vientos. I'm glad I did that. So let's go back to pitchers. So we did lose Joe Panic. That was, like I said, a possibility. So was it our pick? Let's go back to pitchers and see if De La Cruz is still there. He is. So we will take him. And let's go back to batters and just see if see if we missed anything beyond Vientos. Sounds like I'm speaking Spanish. Beyond Vientos. Nope. Okay. So we pick up a couple players. Autocomplete draft. And that works out well because Vientos can sit behind Bryant this year, who we can't trade. Nobody wants him, so that's fine. So yeah, we pick up Vientos and Jake Fraley. So we may run. Yeah, we may just run with these 5, and then I don't know. Is anybody interested in Cedric Mullins? Because if we can pick up Lorenzo Cain and Jake Fraley, that'll be that can be our five outfielders. Caleb Cowart, nope. A lot of veterans, which, I mean, I'm fine with. I don't really care if, at this point, if it's someone like this, he's a 3.5-star pitcher. He's making a bunch in ARB, but we could probably turn around and flip him. I think we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to pull the trigger there. We get another 3.5-star reliever who will likely try to trade. He's making $4 million or something. So, although he's had a couple of decent seasons. So, all right. So I think that's it for this section. So yeah, it's time now just to sim ahead to the beginning of, or not the beginning of spring training, sim ahead to opening day. And any deals that were made, we'll cover at that point. So once again, one last time, I'll be back in a minute. All right, we are just a couple of days away from opening day. We ended up signing everybody that we had aimed to sign. We signed Frankie Montas to that 1-year deal. We signed, who else did we sign? We signed Espinal, the pitcher, Carlos Espinal, who actually isn't as good as what he appears to be, so, that is fine. We signed Lorenzo Cain. We signed Kiner Falefa. So yeah, I think our offense is going to come along kind of nicely this year. We've got some more on-base heavy type players, and I do want to go in here and let's look at free agents, and let's do our thing where we make offers to pretty much all of the all of the players who are willing, or at least willing based on what's listed here, to take minor league contracts. I don't really care what position they play. I just want players who are willing to take minor league contracts. Fill out that minor league system and see if maybe we can use some of those players as trade chips. Of course, a lot of these guys are hurt. Max Scherzer. Let's go. For contracts to those guys. All right, so we are at 39 players on the active roster, so we got to cut down to, we're at 21 pitchers. We're actually only at 20 because it lists Shohei Ohtani on here. So Ramirez, Espinal, they can both go down. Ooh, Crook has dropped to 2 stars, as has Newcomb. Ooh, okay. So we got a lot of pitchers on the team that we need to do something with. It's kind of unexpected. Reese. Doval. Newcomb was so good last year. He's actually become a reliever and gotten worse. That's a little concerning. I mean, he didn't pitch particularly well in spring training. I guess he goes down. We got a ton of lefties, so I'm okay. I mean, Crook, again, was really, really good last year. Alvarado looks like he could be a better version of Crook. So let's surprisingly send Matt Crook down. We're going to send one more pitcher. Fuentes. All right. So there is our pitching staff. I want to get Anthony K out there. I mean, I think that's going to be our rotation. Not very good, but Shohei Ohtani as our ace, Brady Singer as our number 2, Sonny Gray as our number I'll switch these two around. Frankie Montas as our number 4, and Anthony K. I think we'll do that. Anthony K as our 4, Montas as our 5. Presley will be our closer. Alvarado and Hernandez will be our setup men. Actually, Alvarado is going to be a middle reliever. I want to take advantage of my middle relievers. So I think we do this. Let's just lean on our long relievers. Gilliam, Alvarado, Hamilton, and Taylor. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. Let's get him as much work as we can. And we are now at 32, so we got to cut 6 batters. So Ali Sanchez, Eguy Rosario, Daz Cameron, Yusniel Diaz. So Sanchez, I have to actually DFA. All right. So 5. So we're going to be what? 1 too many? 2 too many? How many pitchers do we have? I got to send down another pitcher. Crap. Who? I think we're just going to cut Pierce Johnson. Nobody wanted him. And I'd rather have Curtis Taylor. We'll just DFA him. We'll just DFA him. If somebody takes him, that would be perfect because then we're off the books for the 3.8. If not, we'll send him to the minors. If not, we'll eat it. All right, so I got to send down one more batter, and I think it's got to be Paredes because I got Vientos some time, a little bit of time at first base, so he's going to take over that. Oh, we don't have anybody to play shortstop, though. That's the problem. Not that Paredes can play shortstop. I mean, I guess Simeon can play shortstop in a pinch. Jeffers got some time at first base. Yeah, Simeon can play backup short. So Paredes. We have too many outfielders. We have 5 outfielders. Oh, we have Urena as our backup shortstop. Right, we're okay. We're okay. All right. So let's clear the lineups and let's take a look at our batting ratings and let's set a lineup. Let's set a lineup. So Marcus Simeon will be our leadoff hitter. Isaiah. That my New England accent coming out there. Isaiah Kiner Falefa will be our number 2. Actually, do we want to switch those? Yeah, I think we want Kiner Falefa to be our leadoff hitter and Simeon to be our number 2. Our number 3 hitter is going to be Larnock. Ohtani's offensive ratings have dropped. That's fine, though. That's fine. Our number 4 hitter is going to be Jeffers. Cortez is going to be... Oh, he's a lefty. So we're going to go Jeffers as our cleanup hitter, batting 4th. Larnock as our number 3 in left. Cortez will bat 5th and play 1st. Let me switch him to first base. He's our first baseman. And then we'll go Bryant at 3rd. Ohtani in right. And then against righties, 40, 75, 54, 40, 75. Yeah, Kane cannot hit lefties anymore. So we're going to go Fraley in center. Let's see what that does. I don't want Contreras playing every third game, but I do want him getting some playing time. I want Vientos as my backup third baseman. Like every fifth game or something. I want him get him some playing time. So let's copy that lineup. Paste it in here. We'll make some left-handed changes. So we're going to put Locane in center field right off the bat. What's Ohtani's ratings against lefties? Yeah, he can't really hit lefties either. What about Magnum? He can't really hit lefties. He can't really hit. So it looks as though Ohtani is our best option in right field either way. So that's fine. That is fine. Cortez can hit lefties. Yeah, so the rest of the lineup I'm okay with. We're just going to switch Lorenzo Cain out there against left-handers. So let's go to right-handers versus DH. We will paste. How is he in right? It's okay, but we will make him the DH, and we will stick Mangum in there in right field. And this is fine. They want to switch. They want to get Tom some playing time in there against right-handers with the DH. That's fine as well. And against lefties, it doesn't really matter because none of the... Oh, no. I take that back. Vientos will become our DH against left-handers. We get Locane in there. And I think that's good. Yeah, we'll leave Bryant where he is. All right, so let's save, and then we'll sim up to opening day, and then we'll see what we see. I gotta set depth charts here. Let's get up to opening day now. So yeah, I don't think, we went 14 and 16 in the spring. I don't think we're going to be competing for anything this year. And there are all of the negotiations, which is nice. So we'll probably get that message in the next day or two. Yeah, we're not going to be competing for anything this year, but I think we've added some pieces that can potentially help us when we're good. Like I think Kiner Falefa is going to be a really good deal. I love Isaiah Kiner Falefa. I think he's going to be really good in that middle infield role for us. If Simeon, his contract is up next season, we can move Kiner Falefa to second if we have to. We have him for a couple of years, so we've got some time to figure out what we want to do with him. We're gonna have a middle of the round first round draft pick, which isn't great, but 14th or 15th should allow us to find somebody who can be relatively impactful. And then I think maybe next year is that year where if there's a free agent out there that I think fits our timeline, a free agent in the mid to late 20s, 20, there probably won't be any 25-year-old free agents, but 25 to 28, kind of in that range, we can potentially make a run at them. So we've got the number 3 prospect in baseball, and Angelo Cantero. Do we have anybody else? Nope, just Cantero. Preseason predictions have us going 80 and 82, which would be a 1-game improvement over next year. Or last year, rather. Not next year, over last year. Did we get... yeah, so I think that's it. Yeah, adding Cortez was nice. He's 25. I mean, I think he could be a good piece. Adding Kiner Falefa is only 27. So now we've got Kiner Falefa, Larnock, Jeffers, Cortez, who are all in their mid-20s. Cortez is 25. Jeffers is 25. Larnock is 26. Kiner Falefa is 28. Even Ohtani's only 28. So we've got some pieces, I think, that could potentially be around when we are ready to compete. Colton Cowser is probably, a year away. He'll start in Double-A. He'll probably finish the season in Triple-A, and then we'll have him up next year, and he'll probably be in right field for us. We got a couple of pitchers that are slowly developing in Beck and Nallu. We've got Tamar Johnson, who's a few years away. So we've got some young talent that could end up helping us here. So we'll just have to see how it goes. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of the deals we made. Let me know in the comments what you think our record is going to be. We were 79-83 last year. OSA has us going 80-82 this year. Personally, I think we're going to take a step backwards. So I'm going to say 73-89. So if you've watched this video to the end, put what you think our record is going to be in the comments. I would love to know how many people watch this to the end. And I would love to know your thoughts on how you think the 2023 season is going to go for the third-year Boston Blazers. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Appreciate the support. Talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.